Yo, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reviewing a new pro controller by NYXI. This is the first time I really heard from this company. I've been running into like ads on YouTube, TikTok, and I was like, hey, let me just try reaching out to this company, see if they can send me a review unit, and they sent me this one over here. So we're going to take a look, review this, and I'll let you guys know if it's a good controller, because some of you guys are probably getting ads too, so we got to see this controller is good or not. Even though they just sent me this controller, if this controller is shit, I'm gonna let you guys know it's straight up shit. Okay, we're not gonna sugarcoat nothing here. Full review, honesty, 100%. So let's look at the box real quick. Big fan of the logo right there. It's like an owl, but the gamepad is the eyes and the nose. It's pretty sick, man. Pretty creative logo. As you can see right here, serial. You guys don't have to see that, right? Yep, no, you guys don't. Okay, and the back. So let's talk about some of the main features before we get into the full review. If you guys want to skip this portion in the video, the unboxing and stuff, you feel free to. I'll leave a timestamp down below. But yeah, so this controller has Hall effect joysticks, Hall sensor analog, micro changeable 2-in-1. Basically, you got a full analog trigger and also a mouse click trigger. You got anti-slip laser texture, which is pretty crazy for a controller that's $50. So we'll talk about that later too as well. We got programmable 2 back buttons, so you can program to whatever you want. One touch mute button right in the center, and you got freaking up and down controllable volume. It's pretty sick. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, so let's check out this controller. You got the slap right there of the logo, looking nice. Logo right there. And, you know, it's kind of cool, man. A lot of these companies don't really do much of the unboxing experience, and you get a little bit of that experience right there. Missing carrying case, obviously, but you can't ask for much. This is a $50 controller. So I would compare this maybe to something on the level of GameSir, SE, HE, you know, on that scale right there. But, you know, this one's like $5 more, but it's wireless, Bluetooth. But again, guys, if you're planning to use this for the Xbox, you're going to need that converter, either a Brook converter or a Magic converter, so you can use it on the Xbox console. As you can see right here, some basic, what is this, man, social media stuff right there. Colorful. Kind of reminds me of the unboxing of the, what's that controller called? The shitty one, the worst one I've reviewed this year, the Fusion Pro 4. Yeah, that one. But yeah. Ooh, look at that right there. Braided cable. That's a beauty. That's a beauty. I'll say that just because the past 2-3 controllers I've reviewed haven't had a braided cable, so it's nice to see one now. Pretty sick. You get this in a, you know, $50 controller. Nice. You get the same thing with the GameSir controller as well. The G7. So just right there. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Let's see what else we got in this box. Yep. The USB 2.4 gigahertz wireless USB cable. This looks like a button, but it's not a button. Nope, it's not a button. Feels like a regular USB cable. Nothing special here. All right, and then your manual. That's pretty much it. That's it, boys. That's it, girls and boys and guys and trans and all you people, man. That's it. That's a wrap. All right, so this is the controller. Honestly, man, this is when I first unboxed this controller, man, I was like, yo, this looks exactly kind of like the Razer new V3 Pro with that RGB strip right around the handle of the controller. As you can see, if you do have Xbox control freaks, it's not going to fit on this controller. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. But if you have the PlayStation ones, they slip right in, man. Slippery, slip, wet as it can get, man. Look at it, look how it goes right there. Nice, fit perfectly on the controller. Nice. Yeah, so this controller feels kind of, it weighs similar to a GameSir G7 controller. Maybe slightly lighter, like a very bit. But yeah, you know, the shape form factor of this controller reminds me definitely from the Razer. As I was messing around with this controller, I did notice something similar to one of my favorite controllers I've ever purchased, and I still use to this day, and that's the Vader Pro 4 from FlyDigi. This is one of my favorite controllers of all time. This is one of the controllers, if you guys notice me in the comment section, I am always recommending this controller. It's just, for $80, you're just getting so much tech. But yeah, one thing I want to show you guys is look at the analog stick on this one. Very similar to what's on here, what's going on with this one. Let me show you guys real quick. Yeah, look, same kind of style, exactly the same. This one does have kind of a glossy look. Just want to point that out. It's very similar, but the ones on the actual Master P1 controller do feel a little bit more plasticky as opposed to the Fly Digi that feel more rubbery. So that's just something to keep in mind. You can tell right there. See, there's no gloss on there, pure rubber. And if you look at this one right there, it's like, yeah, you see that gloss? See the gloss right there? Yeah, it's more plastic, more hard, like stiff. So yeah, but kind of the same style. I just wanted to point that out. Just something you guys might want to know. This is one of my top controllers. I was like, damn, this looks a little bit familiar, and I was just like, oh yep, Fly Digi controller. That's right, that's right. Now let's get to the review portion of this video. So all right, so how does it feel in your hand? It feels pretty good. I like it so far. It kind of reminds me of the like I said, the Razer V3 Pro. Even the triggers, the way they're shaped, when you press it, it kind of very similar to the tournament edition that I reviewed 2 months ago. So you can see you got the RGB right there, exactly like Razer too. You can tell that they got some inspiration from that controller. And yeah, feels light, man, very light. Did not expect it to be light. Got the mouse triggers right there. Okay, if you can see right here, we got something different. Where's your 3.5mm jack? It's gone. They replaced it with something useful for PC. You're able to mute the volume coming in from your headphones or your TV. Increase the volume, decrease it. That's sick. I already used this in a real life scenario. My girlfriend was talking to me, so I just muted all the gameplay or the sound that was coming from my headphones, and so it's useful. Now, something I really like that I found out is the D-pad. D-pad, it sounds beautiful. I like it. Good for fighting games, obviously. I just wish it was symmetrical. If this would have been symmetrical, it would have been a great D-pad. So something to keep in mind. NYXI. Now, through my testing, I found some stuff that was like, all right, cool. Maybe this controller, I probably won't use it for shooters, and I do not recommend this controller for shooters, even though it's marketed for shooters. So one thing I do like, let's talk about the good, and then we can talk about the bad. Triggers, you got those mouse clicks. Look at the detail. You got some type of grip or that texture on the triggers right there themselves. A little zoom in right here, a little POV action. Yeah. Back. Now let me just give you guys a look of the triggers. Pretty clicky. Top ones are mechanical. No, I mean membrane, sorry. Triggers, mechanical. But you see it is a little, you gotta press it a little bit more. It's not as you know what? So I'll leave it up to you guys, man. You gotta press it a little extra. See? Y'all let me know what y'all think about the triggers. What y'all thinking? And just for comparison, man, here, let me grab this. This is a scuff. Obviously, this is a $250 controller right here compared to a $50. But look, just give you guys a little comparison. See, barely any movement on the triggers. And then let me grab the Vader Pro for you guys. Give me a sec. Let me get this for you. All right, yep. You got that select. And now look, check this out. Definitely less than the Master P1 controller. Let's put them side by side. You guys let me know, man. What do you guys think? What's going on here, man? Let's get a little POV action. They're about the same. Nah, actually, no. You gotta press this one a little bit more. Yeah, the Vader Pro 4. Yeah, so I would put the scuff top on the mouse clicks, put the Vader Pro second, and the Master P1 on third. All right, now so let's get into the actual gaming performance of this controller. So after some testing, all right, we scored a 500 hertz polling rate with this controller right here, which I noticed immediately once connecting it wirely through PC. Felt that thing like crazy. It took, honestly, man, it took maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get adjusted. But then I switched back to the Vader Pro 4, and it was like night and day, baby. So Vader Pro is a beauty, instant, quick with it. This one felt the delay, guys. Something you got to know: don't buy this controller for shooting, even though it's marketed for a shooting game. Okay, and on the dongle wire Bluetooth, you're looking at 125 hertz total. So yeah, guys, not for shooters, maybe for story mode games, fighting games, but don't get it for this. All right. So I went back and I tested the Gamester SE just so I can have a comparison, since these two controllers are on a similar price range. I do prefer the Gamester controller when it comes to shooting games. The analog sticks are just overall better. I feel like this controller was marketed for shooters. It just didn't perform well. There's like a delay built into this controller when you're using it. I don't recommend it for that. So who do I recommend this controller to? I recommend it for people who play mainly fighting games, racing games, or story mode games like Spider-Man or Assassin's Creed, Mortal Kombat, stuff like that along those lines. But if you're playing Call of Duty, Apex, Halo, stuff like that, I don't recommend this controller. Even though it does have the mouse clicks and all those goodies, it's just not a good controller, man. It just feels very slow compared to what's out there right now, man. So if I were to compare this to the Vader Pro 4, that shit destroys the hell out of this controller, but it is an additional $30. I would say, you know, save extra money, go for the Vader Pro 4. But yeah, man, like I said, I recommend it for those people, not for shooters, for other things. One thing I do like about this controller that the Vader Pro 4 doesn't have is going to be the rubber on the front of the controller. Feels very nice. Wish the Vader had that. And yeah, pretty much it. Let me know if you guys like this video. Let me know if you guys are gonna get this controller. But yeah, see you guys on the next one. Peace.